This one muscle must succeed to help heal knee arthritis. And it's not the quad muscles, it's not the hamstring muscles, it's not the calf muscles. This muscle doesn't even connect anywhere near the knee. And it's a muscle that healthcare workers are always overlooking when it comes to healing knee arthritis. The muscle that you need to work for you and get stronger to help your knee arthritis is the glute muscle in the back of the hip. The reason why this muscle is so important is because of its influence on the thigh position, because it connects to the thigh and it changes the position at the knee. This muscle is hardly researched when it comes to healing knee arthritis. What's heavily researched as far as exercises and muscles to strengthen is the quad muscles on the front of the thigh. The quad muscles connect to the kneecap right here, then to the front of the shin bone. Whenever those muscles get too strong, they have a lot of compression. For some reason in the research, people are finding that there's weaknesses in quad muscles with knee arthritis. And I think that's because people that have knee arthritis are in pain. So they're not doing much, so their quads get weaker. I'm going to give you a succession plan to get your glutes stronger level by level. You'll be able to figure out where you're at today and where you need to go next so that you can begin to help your knee arthritis. Level 1 is basic glute activation. If you try right now to just tighten your glute muscles, can you even do it? Because what I find when working with people with knee arthritis is many people can't tighten their glute muscles on command. They just can't, it's like it's not connected. They try to tighten their muscles, but other muscles tighten up and nothing happens in the glutes. Now, if this is you, this is exactly what you need to focus on right now, is getting your glutes to just turn on. And at this point, it's okay if other muscles are working too. You just need to wake up those glute muscles by actively making them tighten, squeezing them, making them flex, and holding a contraction there so that you can get better at flexing them on command. That's level 1. If you can't accomplish this, then doing anything else beyond this is going to be ineffective for you because you're not going to be using your glutes at all. You're going to be compensating with other muscle groups, the quad muscles, the hamstrings, a bunch of other muscles will contract in place of your glutes not contracting. Your joints in your body need to get stability and move in order to do the things that you do, and they figure out a way to do them even if certain muscles don't fire. So if you don't have good glute activation or any at all, that's where you need to start. You're at level 1 right now and you just need to wake up the glute muscles. Some people will take weeks doing this, even months, but some people go as fast as figuring this out within a day or two and they can begin to get their glutes to activate. Now, level 2 is getting your glutes to activate without thigh muscles also activating. The way this looks is you have to practice getting your glute to tighten up and then not letting your quads and your hamstrings or any other muscles also tighten up. This is a little harder than it looks, and some people don't think it can be achieved, but it can totally be achieved. Just like you can flex your bicep without a bunch of other muscles flexing, or shrug your shoulders without a ton of other muscles flexing. If you just practice this, it's very possible. When I was a kid, I used to like to try to play with my eyebrows and flex one or the other. Not everybody can do that, but I trained myself. I used to not be able to raise my left eyebrow, but I just held down my right eyebrow and I shrugged my left eyebrow up repeatedly in class when I was in 5th grade because I was so bored one time. And I figured out how to raise one eyebrow at a time, and I've been able to do it ever since 5th grade. You can do the same thing for your butt muscles. If you can get your glutes to work and not your thigh muscles to activate, then you're one step closer to helping your knees heal. A second part to this second step here, so kind of like that was 2A that I just mentioned, 2B would be that you need to individually fire the glutes. You need to be able to fire the right side apart from the left side. This is super important because some people get stuck on, they can now fire their glutes, but both just tighten up at the same time, and they can't fire one side apart from the other side and not also fire thigh muscles. Having this kind of conscious control is critical to make sure that when you go into exercises, you're really using your glutes and not overcompensating with other muscles. Once you get out of step 2 because you have good conscious control, now you can move into step 3, which is to use your glute muscles in everyday activities. Now that you can think about when to tighten your muscles, you need to be able to walk, take steps, lift up something of decent weight. And every time you're walking, every time you pick up anything at home, every time you stand and reach up overhead or reach over anyway, you should be thinking about using your glutes at the right moment. Now there's specifics to this, like with walking. I have tons of videos where I talk about when to use your glutes, how to use your glutes, but the gist of it is you need to actively, consciously be using your glutes throughout the day. You should feel like if you went on a walk, your glutes get tired, not your thigh muscles. You should feel like you're using your glutes first thing in the morning when you stand up and get out of bed. If you stand up to get out of a chair, everyday activities should be glute focused, and it's very conscious for most people. You have to be thinking about it. I am still very conscious about it, and I've been using my glutes for a long time actively, but I still have to remind myself to do this. This level right here, level 3, is where people often settle and can avoid a knee replacement surgery, because the next levels are going to be a little more intense, you'll see. But if you can just get to here, where you're using your glutes with everyday activities, you're going to succeed tremendously in improving your knee health. The next level, level 4, is using your glutes in cardiovascular exercise. I'm talking about like jogging, any sort of elliptical machine, cycling, any machine that you see in the gym where you're moving consistently for a long time, for 10, 20 minutes, an hour or more. When you do those activities, sustained movement for a period of time, and you're consistently using your glutes, you are doing so much good for your knee arthritis. Now, a given is that it doesn't hurt your knee. You shouldn't be doing this stuff if your knee is getting worse or feeling more painful during the activity. Usually people will feel much better as they start to activate their glutes more and get their quads and thigh muscles to activate less. And then as you do it in everyday activities, like I said in level 3, people start feeling tremendously better. By the time you get to here, level 4, where you can do cardio exercises, now it's more protective. It's helping you build up a little bit of strength and getting the cartilage healthier within your knee joint so that you have a buffer of forces you can put through your knee. You can do more activity basically and not overdo it for your knee joints and end up flared up and aggravated in your knee for days or weeks. Once you can sustain some cardio activity for a while, next you can go into level 5, which is the top level. That is when you can do strengthening exercises. I'm talking about weightlifting or anything that makes you strenuously work for a short amount of time. So I usually like to take my clients to doing deadlifts, lunges. It might be appropriate for certain people. Any sort of exercises, squats is another one, with weights. And it doesn't have to be super heavy. But the point is, when you challenge the body and you add some weight to the body, it makes other muscles want to fire. And now you have to go through the mental exercise of making your glutes work even when your body wants to fire everything to pick up a heavier weight. This is so important for your knee health, because if you can maintain this into your older years, into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, then you're going to keep your knees healthy. Despite being diagnosed with arthritis or with even bone-on-bone arthritis, you're going to maintain the health of your cartilage to the point where you don't need to have a knee replacement. Going through this succession plan of getting your glutes stronger from just activating them to activating them without thigh muscles working and being able to do side by side, side to side individually, then being able to do it in everyday activities, then being able to do it in cardio exercise, and then strengthening exercises. That is the plan that everyone needs to be following to get their knee arthritis the healthiest possible, so they can avoid a knee replacement surgery. Hey, I want to tell you about our knee arthritis recovery program. This program is specifically for people that have knee arthritis, whether you've been formally diagnosed, you've had an x-ray or an MRI and the doctor told you that you have knee arthritis, or you suspect you have it. And it doesn't matter how severe it is, if you've had it just mild, grade 1, some doctors will tell you, or if it's more on the severe end. If you have tried exercises and advice and tips that I've given you through our videos here, then chances are you have benefited from it because this stuff works. Chances are even better that you're going to get tremendous improvements if you join this program. And let me just tell you how it is real quick, how the program's set up. It's a membership program. There's different tiers of this. On the first tier, it's group coaching. along with the whole curriculum of 40 plus. I think it's approaching 50 videos now showing you how to do it. So you can just go through the program, watch the videos, and have massive improvements. But you also get access to group coaching where I'm on the call with you, me and my coaches, and you get to ask us questions so that you don't get stuck through this program. And then you also have the option to get our higher tier, which is one-to-one coaching with our recovery coaches, but you still get the group coaching too. And of course, you get the whole curriculum as part of that package. So go check out the link nearby here to learn more about the knee arthritis recovery program. And I hope to see you in the program on our coaching calls. I have must-watch information for you if you have knee arthritis. It's in this video right here. This is required viewing. If you have knee arthritis, you're going to want to get key information about how to think about knee arthritis and what treatments you should be pursuing to heal naturally and avoid surgery.